Hey, YouTubers, it's Liz with Alley Cats. Today I was going to show you an experiment I've started with peony seeds. I have two types of peony seeds. I have tree peonies and just regular herbaceous peonies seeds. I asked around. No one had any seeds for me in the neighborhood, so I actually did order these off of the internet. But I have peonies in my garden, but I've always bought them from a garden center, and they've already been a plant that was established. So I wanted to challenge myself. Could I raise a peony from a seed? So there's three ways that I've taken this into consideration to try. I'm going to do the process that I've seen on other YouTubers' channels. And as you can see here, I have my seeds on a napkin. And this napkin has been moistened with a little bit of water. And what you do is you place the seed on the napkin and place it into a Ziploc bag. And inside of that Ziploc bag, it sits for 3 months. And it's sealed. And it should, in that 3-month period, start to germinate, and you can actually see some growth. Now, so I did both ways as far as the tree peony this way and the regular peony. So here we are. I started this experiment on 10/1 with the tree peony. I've marked my bag. And I started on herbaceous peony. I started on 10/20. I'll bring this in for a closer view in a second. But on the peony, regular peony herbaceous, I actually do have growth on about 4 to 5 peony seeds that they've started to germinate. On the tree peony, I've seen no movement whatsoever. I'm not discouraged. I know that's going to take some time. If you've not heard of a tree peony, I encourage you to go out and research this type of peony. It's actually a tree, and they can grow up to 9 feet tall. What's the difference is it doesn't lose its structure during the off season. It will lose its leaves, but the stems will still be there. Whereas a herbaceous peony, as you know, dies back and rejuvenates during the off season, and then they come back out during the spring. The peony tree does not do that. It always stays and has a structure. So far into my experiment, this is December 9th, I think it is. It's a Sunday. I have in here 4 to 5 seeds that have started to germinate, and a little bitty sprig is coming out of the seeds. Peony seeds, not so much. But I've not given up hope, because the second process I did was I took some soil, and I'll go over the soil that I chose and I made myself, and I placed the seeds and marked them just as I had the others, and placed them in with soil that I had made up myself. And what it is peat moss, sand, perlite, and then on the ones that I put outside, I actually did put some mulch on top of those. But if I look at what I see here on this type of bag, I actually have growth in both. And not just a little, pretty decent. I've got strands of seeds germinating with at least 2 inches, if not more, of growth, which is very exciting. I am going to show you this. This is regular peonies. I see one. I see lots. Okay, see here, I don't want to hurt it, but this is a regular peony. You see how long that root has already started to grow, if you can see that. I'll try to put it this way, but you can see maybe. It's still kind of hard to see, but it's pretty long. I would say that's probably about 2.5 inches long. And inside of this mixture here, there's lots of those. Now, you do wet the soil just a little bit when you put it in here. You don't saturate it. You just sprinkle it with some water. You seal it up and leave it alone. So this has been in here. This one is from 10/20. So I put them out in the same sequence, same time frame. It's 10/20. So lots of progress in this one. The tree peony, I'm happy. I have progress. Let me find those in here as well. Aha, there's one. Tree peonies are much larger seeds. If you look in comparison, let's see. The tree peony is about the size of almost a marble, and the regular peony, herbaceous peony, is more the size of a pea. So here we have a tree peony. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's probably about 3/4 of an inch, but again, I have growth. I mean, I'm very, very excited. And there's several in here with the same experience. So this is good news. So the same process was taken. I put them in here with the same type of soil that I've made up for the regular herbaceous ones. I've labeled it, and I've placed both of these experiments in my office, which stays at a temperature of somewhere between 65 and 68 year-round. So they are just on my desk, and I look at them daily to see what's happening. And let me see if I can get this one up. Oh yeah, this one's doing great. This is, look at that seed. Can you see that? Trying here. It may not be quite visible, but I'm trying. It's maybe a 1/2 inch. But it's growing. And on this one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 6, and not so much over on this side, but it's going to happen. I have confidence that it's going to happen. Now, my third experiment is out in the yard in my propagation station, and I have it just planted in a regular 1-gallon pot, and I have them labeled the same way. I have 2 pots for each. So it's 2's labeled as tree peonies and 2 are just regular herbaceous peonies, same dates. Those are out in the nature. They are covered up so that squirrels can't get to them after I learned that they like to get in there and dig it up. So there might be one that's a fail just because of the squirrels. But what we're doing right now is this has to stay 3 months. This experiment with the 2 bags that just have the seeds with no soil, just on a wet tape napkin, versus those that are actually in soil. They've been in this experiment's 10/20, 10/2, and they stay 3 months like that. So in January, I will take this experiment and it will go to the refrigerator. And it will stay in the refrigerator for 3 months. So what you're doing is you're tricking it into stratification. So it's going to think that it's going dormant and it's into the cold season, but it's actually just in my refrigerator. So after 3 months, I can take them out, and then I will actually transplant these into pots. It still will take a long time. This is not, I'm not going to have peonies at the end of the season. This could take 4 to 5 years for me to actually see a flower from the peony. So no instant results. If this is what you want, it's not the experiment for you, but it's okay. I want to see if I can do it. So far I have had success. I will show you the other ones in the pots outside. You'll see what those look like as well. There's really nothing to see. It's a pot, but they are out in the elements. So I hope that they're going through the same process that I'm seeing here. I don't really know, but time will tell if that's what happens. Here is our experiment of the tree peony and the regular herbaceous peony outdoors. So as you can see, we have pots. They're 1 gallon pots. I've labeled them. I did put the dates on here because they do match what I have inside the house, so I'm not worried about that. But this one is the one that was attacked by a squirrel, so it may not come through. But it's the same soil amendment of what I did for the experiment inside. The only difference is I have organic hardwood mulch that I've placed on top of these. So there's a lot going on out here. That's a video for another day, but lots of propagation. My neighbors don't see it, so it doesn't look bad. So anyway, we'll let you know what happens. We're going to catch up with you guys in January when I flip them over to a new season on the ones on the inside. I wanted to give you an opportunity to see closer, trying to get in here, what this looks like as far as the peony and the seed with the germination of the root coming out. So I do have, trying to get that to focus for you, I do have 5 that have growth. So I think you can see that. And also you can kind of see the size. So over here, nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Now, some people actually take a file and they'll file the area where you can see where the growth should come from, that little area right there. But I didn't do that. Maybe the next experiment I can do that. But I'm not going to give up on these. And what I've seen in other experiments, you may just have to, it takes a little bit longer for this type of seed. I also had a little bit of mold that came up on some of these. And if they were real moldy, I just threw them out. If they just had a little bit on there, I've actually wiped them down and placed them back into the bag that's been moistened with the napkin, just to see what can happen. So I'm not going to give up on any of these because it took a long time to get the seeds. I'm pretty sure these came from China. I don't remember where these came from, but still, I want to give it all the benefits that it can have to germinate and produce. Look up a tree peony. I've never seen any in my zone. I'm in the Atlanta area. Never seen a 6-foot peony tree in my life. So I'm excited. I'll be 120 when I see one, but I'm excited to see it. Thanks for watching.